You're in the mix.
SKM presents Strictly for the Music Podcast. You are now live with the #1 podcast for all upcoming artists worldwide.
It's the real deal.
Welcome back to another episode, Strictly for the Music Podcast. I'm your host, SJN. The next guest I got live and direct is a multi-talented individual who taught himself the guitar, drums, harmonica to create his own style. Born in Gary, Indiana in 1958, started singing Beatles in 63. Album Clean Machine was released in June 2020. 20 original songs. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Dantastic1. What's up, brother? You there?
Yeah, man. What's happening? I've never done this with you before. Can you
I
hear
can
me
hear you
all
fine,
right?
my brother.
Yeah. It's a beautiful, nice, cool night here, and I was mixing some music down and just chilling out, taking it easy. Instead of watching all the craziness in the news, man, I stay tuned into the music and just keep on doing something positive, man.
Yes,
I hope everybody's well out there in the world, man. Thank you for having me on the show,
You're doing fine,
brother.
So let me ask you this. Discuss your music from the beginning, man.
Oh, man, dude. My music from the beginning, it probably goes back to I must have been 4 years old or something. I could play drums and stuff like that when I was a kid. I was singing when I was 5. I was dancing. I was performing for people. I could just get on a set of drums and play. I didn't have any kind of training or nothing. And when I bought my own drums, my parents said, no, they're too loud. They took them away from me. So I picked up a harmonica, man. It was a little kitty plastic harmonica, and I started playing it. I learned how to play the harmonica. The first song I learned was "Oh Susanna." So I learned that, man. So the next thing you know, I started singing in bands because I always did sing music. And I sang in bands, and then I sat in on drums and stuff. And then actually, I know I was blowing harmonica and I was singing leads. Well, then I started learning how to teach myself how to play acoustic guitar. So I taught myself all that and all the recording aspects and everything of the recording industry, all the way up to even the filming industry to the big time in Chicago. I was on a set of Empire before, which is a big blockbuster on Fox, and there's a lot of movie sets I was on. So I've done quite a bit of things, but the main thing I'm doing now is getting my music out there on DistroKid record label. So I hope all of you that are out there listening, man, tuning in, please take a listen at Dantastic1 on any of your major music platforms, and you'll be able to hear over about 60 songs you think there, JDD.
Dope, man.
JG, brother. Hey, I was mixing your song, man. I wrote you a song,
Exactly,
right?
man. I love it.
I wondered if people got it. It's out there too. You know what? I was working on it because I had 2 versions of it. All right. I never laid the other version of it on you. I just did it today. It has a harmonica track in it, and I never put the harmonica track on a DistroKid record label. This is in my vault. For later on, man. So like, hey, you know what? Like you see, a lot of artists that pass away. God bless them, man. But you know what? They had music that we never heard before, and they pull it out. It's like, wow, why didn't they put the stuff on the radio back then? Because it's all great. But hey, it's really good to be interacting with people on BandLab. You know what? I met a lot of cool people there, like yourself, man. There's a lot of really nice and cool and talented people there. Of course, you do have some boneheads that you got to watch, but you'll have that in any social app, man. But it's really cool for you to have me on the show here, man. So what do you got lined up for tonight? You're gonna put on one of my tunes or
I'm
what?
gonna put every song on Spotify on this recording because Dantastic1, you are legendary. You are from Gary, Indiana. You are a great musician. You got a great following. People love you. Man, how was the feeling coming into Band Lab, and how did you discover it?
I didn't catch all that. I was Discovery. What do you mean, man? I was Discovery. Me? How am I discovered? I just keep on pushing, man. You know what? It's just who I am. You know what I mean? It's always been music with me. You know, it's like, if I pass away, I hope I'm playing my guitar and my fingers are frozen on a C chord. I mean, I just want to have a good time. I want people to behave themselves and take care of each other out there in the world, and do positive things for each other. Because you know what? When I look around, man, and I see all this bad stuff, you know what? It's not good for anyone. Okay, and we're going to get through it together. That's the way to do it. And making good music, and being nice to one another and taking care of one another is always the best, man. And have your faith in God, because that's where it all starts and that's where it all ends, and will then start again for eternity. So let's live it up and do good while we're here on earth, man. That's my outlook on it all. Keep making the music and having fun, man. Be good to one another. I was working on your last song. I should send it to you, just a file, man. You want me to do that? It's the harmonica track. I was working on mixing it for a while. I could send you the file right directly to you.
That would be amazing, man. I can't wait.
Hey, DistroKid label doesn't even have this one, because this like they said, hey, this bud's for you.
No, not at all. This is some unreleased music from Dantastic1, and let me tell you, man, the role you have been doing, dropping albums, dropping music, man, what is the feeling, and how do you get so creative at your age, man?
You know, when I listen to the music of today, and I think about all the good music that a lot of these youngsters missed out on from my era, okay, and a lot of our other people that I see on BandLab and other, you know, music apps, and a lot of friends and stuff. A lot of the youngsters of today that are in their 20s and, you know, younger, they don't know what it was like to grow up in the 60s and listening to music from the 60s, okay, 70s and stuff. And as music changed, as it went along, and technologies changed, and microchips came into play, and next thing you know, you were starting to do digital, and I mean, you can edit things to a millionth of a second. I mean, you know, the technology made things incredible. And you still have bands like the Rolling Stones. Can you believe these guys? You see Mick Jagger out there jumping around. He's older than me. What's he, 75? I mean, and these guys are rocking the house still, you know. When you got music in your blood, you know what? It's just the way it is. That's what you are. A lot of people, you all go through life and they're musicians, and they're so talented, and they make the decision to do other things in their life to survive. You know, some artists, they go through their whole lives, and they dedicate their lives to music or whatever type of art it may be, making paintings or whatever, sculpturing or whatever, and they're not a legend in their own time. You know, that's what's so funny about being an artist. It's a big chance that you take, you know what, but when you love something this much, you're willing to take that chance and go out on that limb and take that step, because it's what you have in your heart, you know, and how could that be wrong? So I just let what's inside out, and some's good, some's bad, you know what, but for the most part, it's all good, you know. It's good to me. I just hope the listeners feel the same way. It's kind of rough for me to do the mixing, you know. A lot of people don't know that I'm deaf in one ear, and I have to wear a hearing aid in the other one to hear anything, and that's how I do everything. So I won't give up. Like Beethoven, I don't know if any of you seen, but you know, He went deaf in his lifetime. So he used to kneel down at the front of his piano and bite down on the wood right by the keys to hear the tones. And he made some of his greatest composers and right there by doing that. They still have his piano. I think it's in Ohio. It might be. It's on display somewhere. But isn't that amazing that his passion and love for music was that strong? He never gave up, even though he was gone deaf.
That's amazing, man. That story there.
So that's what I'm doing, man. It's not crazy, man. I totally understand that cat because I would have done the same thing. If I lost my hearing today, I know why, because I had these tests done before where you can hear through your bone. You know, you bypass the inner ear and everything, and if you put a vibration on your forehead or something, you ever take a tuning fork and stick it in the middle of your forehead at A440, you will hear A440 in both ears, if you can hear well in both ears. That tells you have good nerve activity, you know. I'm telling you, it's some weird shit, the way you can hear, man. I learned a lot about that anatomy in my lifetime going through it, but yeah, man, it's all good. I'm working on new music. I've got a lot of it I haven't put out there yet. I have a couple artists that I'm working with. I thought we would take some rap and some rock and put it together, and we call it rack.
Rack. There we go.
I have my partner working on it, man. I told him, I said, man, this is the best mix I could get out of what I did. I says, go ahead and take it and make it beautiful. I told him, make it romantic and sexy for the honeys. That way the women love it and they want to dance to it with the man and go out and be romantic and do something really nice, you know. And that's the way I want it. Because, you know, when people do rap, I love rap, you know, but I get burned out on all the hard, you know, language, okay, and stuff like that, and then talking, you hear them, everybody talks about the same things, you know. Talk about something beautiful, will you please? Let's change the subject on that rap end, please, you guys. Let's talk about something nice, but you can still rap it, okay? I would dig that, and that's what I'm looking for with my music. When I want to mix rap and rock, I want to make rap, and that way we start a whole new trend out there. Rap music, Jack. Hell yeah! Oh yeah! The best rap channel in the world. How's things going over there on your end, man? How's things going on?
It's going great, man. I love this platform. I have to give a big shout out to them because you know what? During this little time that I've been on here, and it ain't been long, you know, and I'm already up to my 47th episode. So with that being said, I already hit 6 platforms on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio Cast, Overcast, and some other platform. But man, life is wonderful, man. Let me tell you something. You coming on this platform, blessing us with your music.
I love it. Hey.
It's amazing.
Hey, man, I think it's awesome that you got this far. You were trying to get this going, I know, man, and you did. You never give up. You know, this thing that I really dig about you, brother, man, is, you know what? You do all these things for people. I see you on Band Lab and stuff, and on Instagram and everywhere, and you're in Spotify and whatnot, and all the apps. And you're helping artists like myself and other artists. Even though you make music yourself, you still push and encourage other people and give them love, you know, and positive reinforcement and support that keeps them going. You know, that's the magnetism that you bring to the music industry. That I don't know if you get recognition or you realize that you do that, but it's what you do on my end, you know, and I love you for that, man. I appreciate the hell out of it because a lot of times, you know, people are negative towards people that want to take a chance in life. Oh, don't do this. Oh, no, it'll never work. You know, well, like Edison couldn't make the light bulb, right? They laughed at him. Well, guess what? We got a light, right? So it's the same thing with anything in life, man. You pursue it, you chase it, you want it, you see it, you dream it. You know what? Next thing you know, you will be basking in it. So that's the way I look at it. Keep on going, because time's going by anyway. No reason to wait around for things that to happen. If you don't do it and try, it'll never happen.
That's a good point, man. That's a good point. And hey, man, I appreciate that, because you know what? I try to put every other artist before mine. You know what I mean? Because if I could help the next one, then you know what I mean. I did my job. I did my job that day. So, you know, that's what it's about. It's about sharing other people's music, trying to help each other, encourage them, motivate them, get them out of that box, you know, and help them open their mind up to bigger and better things in life. So
yes,
that's what this platform's about.
Oh yeah. A lot of people are down right now, you know, because of the COVID-19 virus and all that stuff, you know what I mean? And it's not good, okay? But we're gonna get through this. We're all in this together.
Amen.
You know, this isn't a one-sided thing. You know, it doesn't matter how it started or what to me. What matters is where we are now and where we're going in the future. Okay, and that's you know, it is what it is. Let's take care of each other and respect each other as best as we can. And in that way, you know, we'll get through this thing together. And we're writing history right now, and people don't realize it, man.
Amen.
You know, which certainly is some historical times, you know. But let's keep the music going through it. Then that's what keeps me mellowed out, you know. Plus, I live in the beautiful town of Monterey, Indiana here, and I got to tell you, it's so peaceful and the tranquility here is beautiful. You have deer outside in the morning, walking around, nibbling on stuff, you know, and it's just wildlife out here and stuff, you know, and it's just so beautiful and pretty, and you see more stars in the night sky than you ever would in the city, you know, so that makes it lovely. I got my brother who plays guitar, and I mean, he can really play, Johnny. He's getting on it, man. I got him starting to get into it with me again, you know, because he went to school for electrical engineering and computer science, and he's got a big time job working as an electrical engineer. But now he has some time, and he wants to start playing again. And I'm you know, trying to get the wind in his sails, because boy, he could lay down some licks. That guy can fly. He's like Randy Rhoads Jr., you know?
That's what's up.
I'm telling you, it's my baby brother, man. Well, listen, I want to thank you for having me on the program, okay? I'm going to get off here and get back to what I was doing mixing, my man. I want to thank you for having me on, and all the listeners out there in the world. Bless you guys, man. You guys keep on keeping on and do good things for each other, man. Take care of one another and all the people around you, because what you do each day matters more than you know, man. More than you know. God bless. This is Dantastic1, man, signing off, John.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Later, my man.